Hey guys, I just added some Tabasco sauce to my brew here, and is it ever smelling good? Wow, this is great. We don't have a rolling boil yet, but I just took a look and the meat's starting to turn white, so it's on its way to being fully cooked. I figure that once it's been boiling for a little bit there, all the meat will be cooked, and then I'm going to start to think about adding my rice. Make it a complete meal. But boys, does it ever smell good. And all I have in here is custom made spice, just off the shelf stuff. I went into my kitchen and gathered up a bunch of spices I had on hand, and basically took a risk, mixed half a teaspoon of this, a teaspoon of that, and it turned out pretty good. And my goal was to have a general purpose spice that I can use in dishes like this or soups or whatever, and I seem to have nailed it first try. It's great. I wrote the recipe on a post-it note there in case I wanted to reproduce it, and yeah, I think I'm gonna make more because I'm almost out of this stuff here. Look at that. Boys, does it ever smell good. Can't wait to eat this. The background noise is the exhaust fan. I had to turn it on because we're steaming up pretty bad in here, cooking up a storm. And I'm just going to use my fork here and stir it up. Because what happens, the meat tends to basically cook itself together in the big chunks, and I want to make sure I have it all nice and separated. See, the yellowish tinge is because of the spices. I've got some curry and other things in there. Yeah, it's got about the same consistency as chicken. Yeah, chicken of the woods. So we're still going strong with the fuel. That 1.5 ounces hopefully will be enough. And, oh yeah, real good. It smells great. Half a cup of rice, and I'm just going to pour that right in here. Being careful not to knock my pot over. And of course, it's going to stop boiling when you add the rice in there. So it's going to take it a bit to get going again. So what I'm going to do is put the cover back on to speed up the process, because the steam is what cooks the rice. So I'm gonna let that go, and I'm keeping an eye on the fuel, and yeah, we're just running out now. So I'm gonna add about another ounce or so of fuel and get this thing going again. I put another about 3/4 of an ounce. I only need enough in there to cook the rice that I put in. So far, I grab a bottle here and I hold it up to the light. There's this much left in the bottle. So I used about 2/3 of what was in this bottle. And with that 2/3, so that would equate to, it's a 3.5 ounce bottle. That would be 2 1/4 ounce roughly. Well, with 2 1/4 ounces of alcohol on this homemade stove, I made myself a pot of coffee, or a mug of coffee rather, this much. That would be I don't know, 18 ounces I guess. So, and the water when I started off was just above freezing. It came out of my refrigerator, which is set at 3 degrees Celsius, which water freezes at 0, so just above freezing, so at 33 degrees Fahrenheit or so. And so for 2 1/4 ounces of fuel, I got my coffee, and I've cooked my partridge, and now I'm boiling my rice all in the same pot. So for 2 1/4 ounces of fuel, that's pretty good. I'm gonna let this boil until either the rice is cooked or I run out of fuel, one of the two, and I'll turn the video back on once this is done cooking. type of rice which has a lot of starch in it. Okay. One thing I've noticed is that as it's cooking, the starch builds up. Normally, the steam escapes smoothly out of the lid here, right? And what happens when the rice cooks, it releases its starch. The starch goes in between the cover and the pot, so it sort of makes like a sticky film. Okay, and when that happens, the steam tends to get trapped in there because the cover has a better seal. All right, so when you see the pot or the cover rather dance around like that, that's an indicator that your rice is almost cooked. Oh yeah, there's a whole bunch of starchy bubbles in there. We're cooking here. Wow, it's even starting to stick to the bottom. That means we're almost done. The shed we're in is probably the better smelling one in the whole neighborhood, because sure is making me hungry. To tell if it's done, you see when you go like this, you move your food around, and then you can temporarily see the bottom, you know, before it, you know what I mean? You go like this, you can see the bottom, and then it sort of, the food goes in and fills in the void. It's done. Yeah. So all this is half a cup of rice, the real stuff, not the minute stuff. It's parboiled rice. It's very starchy, lots of energy, and of course our protein is a partridge that we got yesterday. Hey guys, welcome back. All right, I let this sit a little bit. It's still steaming hot. Time for the taste test. I hope I don't burn myself here. This is pretty hot stuff. That little alcohol stove sure delivered for me today. Let's try it out. Wow. She's hot. Wow. Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah. Just the perfect amount of spices. Yeah, I like it fairly spicy and hot. Wow, okay, let's try some partridge here. See if I can get that on there. See how it's like a white, alright? Just like chicken. It doesn't taste exactly like chicken, but because it's wild game, but I'd say it tastes better than chicken. Yeah. What the inside looks like there. Well, it definitely was worth the effort it took to go get them. All this was made possible by this little stove. It's great. I highly recommend you try it. This will fit in a pocket. This, along with that small bottle of fuel. You know, if you run out of electricity or whatever during the storm, and you need a means to cook your food, you know, you saw it right here on video. This little stove delivers. Pot full like this should be enough food and deliver enough energy for you to be able to survive out in the woods for at least a day. Oh yeah, easy. Maybe even for 2 people if you stretch. Eat till you're full. You eat enough to satisfy your hunger, but the important thing is to have enough energy coming into your body that you'd be able to cope with the environment. In a very cold environment, you're going to burn a lot of calories just doing nothing, right? Your body trying to keep itself warm. So shelter and fire are your best friends in this kind of environment. Okay, the better your shelter and fire will allow you to live longer on your fat reserves, because you won't need to eat as often, because your body won't be burning as many calories as they would if you didn't have fire or shelter. Alright, that's something to think about. Anyways, I'm kind of going off topic now. The important thing is to build one, practice using it, because you need to come familiar with how much fuel to use, how much to carry, etc., etc. It will help you with your plans. Jack the Canadian, alright, in my shed here, freezing my fingers off, but sure I have some good food to keep me busy. I'm glad that you came along with me. Alright, so I'm running out of things to say. Hope to see you soon in another video. Take care.